I didn't like rugged Ronnie Garvin because that's just so bland. Wasn't that what they called him in
Yeah, in '89 in WWF.
Yeah, no, Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin was pretty cool. The original one-man gang, because that's what they called him in Knoxville, Ronnie Garvin, the one-man gang. It was a nickname, not a gimmick. And then one-man gang used it in Mid-South Wrestling, where Garvin and Orton and Roop and those guys had previously worked. Anyway, no, Ronnie was a great talent. He morphed through a variety of roles in his career when he was tag team with Terry and managed by Jimmy, and they were a great bleach blonde heel team. And he was a heel and a great babyface in Knoxville. I thought, did well in his run with Crockett. He was always tough, and you could always count on him to have a good match. He was professional enough. Even me and Ronnie Garvin, single match in a cage in Charlotte, drew 7,000 people. Wow. That's how good Ronnie Garvin was. Because basically he convinced them that he was going to murder me. That was the only attraction. They weren't coming to see a 4-star match there, kiddos. He was so good. He made them truly believe they think what they want about wrestling, but he was going to murder me inside a cage with no way out. His work was very good, and I thought his promos were decent too for the French Canadian accent, which sometimes is off-putting, as we've spoken about. So yeah, I was pretty much a Ronnie Garvin, and he worked for me in Smoky Mountain and was very credible and gave us some fucking legitimacy, not only because of his name, but also because he was beating the piss out of people.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Everyone talks about Midnight versus Rock and Roll, Midnight versus Fantastics. One of the most underrated things you guys ever did was the Barry Windham Ron Garvin feud.
Oh yeah, and we did the whole show one time on Sunday TBS, the Sunday night show for the U.S. Tag Team title. The match was the whole show, and we did some great house show matches, and Barry was at the time the best worker in the business, I think. If it wasn't him, it was Bobby Eaton, and if it wasn't Bobby, it was him, so they were both in the ring at the same time. So what the fuck? But Ronnie was so different from Barry, and he was the tough guy, and he could make the tag, and he instigated the fucking fights. And there was a time, it's out there on YouTube, I think it was at one time when I saw it, where they ended up the Saturday night show like 5 minutes short. And so in the commercial break, they're coming back for one more segment. They got nothing. Dusty says, go out and start cutting a promo on Windham and Garvin and the U.S. Tag Team title, and he's going to come out and jump you, and here come the boys. They get in a fight. Okay? So I've run out to the podium, and as they come up from break, I start cutting a promo about Windham and Garvin and the U.S. Tag Team champions, and fuck these guys. And here comes Ronnie, and I had no idea what he was going to say or do because he got the same amount of instruction from Dusty as I did. And he comes out and he's got the towel around his neck, and he just looks at me for a second and kind of mouths, "You son of a," and he takes the towel and whips it around my neck and starts throttling me. And when he does, I'm in front of the podium. So the podium is going over backwards and I'm going over with it. And he's taking me down. My ass blows the front panel of the podium out. So I'm stuck in a box. And my arms are up over my head and my legs are up and my ass is stuck in the middle of the podium, which is laying flat of its side on the ground. And here comes the Midnight, and they peel him off of me. Boom, and they're beating the shit out of him. And here comes Windham, and Windham joins in. And now they're tearing the fucking set, the backdrop of W World Championship Wrestling up, and the fucking plexiglass thing. And the whole time I'm stuck in this podium. It's obvious now if you're watching me, I can't get out. I'm kicking my arms and legs, and my tennis racket is there, and I had to use the racket as a lever to pry my ass out of the podium so that I could get out of the fucking thing for a shoot. And we went off the air. Boom. And it was those angles didn't require, as you can see, a ton of preparation to be memorable.
No, not at all.
But anyway, so yeah, I was a fan of Ronnie's stuff. Well, there you have that.